Are you an overgiver in your relationship? You'll recognize these traits where you always think that love is about giving. And the problem is that you believe the other person is going to be doing the same thing to you. Your whole idea of love that you got from your parental role models and patterns that you developed when you were younger is that love is all about giving. To give love and to receive love, you have to give. And so the overgiver is constantly doing a lot for their partner. They're running around taking care of them. Now, generally, if it's a woman that's the overgiver, she will treat her partner like he's another child. If it's the man, then he will have an expectation that she's going to appreciate all this overgiving. And the problem is that eventually, if you're overgiving all the time, what you create in your partner, even if they didn't start out like this, is they become a taker. You've taught them over the years to receive and to expect to receive. So they'll now start to sit back and simply expect that you're going to be doing all these things for them because that's your form of love. Now, the other issue for overgivers is that even though they believe that love is about giving, they have a big problem in receiving because the other person is not going to be giving. And their version of love might be touch, it might be words of affirmation, it might be some other form of a love language that is not theirs. So now they're not receiving love. And they become resentful. They become resentful because they've been giving, and not getting anything back. And they become resentful because they feel like there's no love coming, even if it's a method that they don't appreciate. So the partner is making an effort to give them love, but not in the way that they've been taught about giving. So how do you break out if you're an overgiver? Well, you start to recognize that this is not going to work for you and has not been working for you. And you need to pull back. You need to become a balanced giver. I'm not saying not give, I'm saying become balanced. Now, the problem here is going to be that as you take that step, you're going to feel guilty for not giving. Because now you're going to start to feel like, I don't think I'm giving them love, but you are. So it's about having good, firm boundaries as an overgiver to becoming a balanced giver. Now, as you start to pull back, your partner's going to react to that. You're going to start to feel like, hang on, I've got to step up and do some things here. And they might say things like, well, I think we need to earn more money. You know, you've pulled back on your work. You're trying to take care of yourself. That's great. But we're not earning as much. So I think you need to go back to work and do some extra hours. And you need to be like, no, I know what we need here. And there's going to be some other solution, but I'm not going to overgive continuously. You might be running around doing all the chores around the house. You need to pull back and start sharing some of those chores around the house. You might be handling all the finances. You need to allocate some of those tasks with your partner. And that's going to be a culture shock, right, inside the relationship. It's going to be like, oh my God, what's going on here? But if you don't do this, eventually what will happen to you is you'll feel drained, you'll feel empty, and you will think that you've fallen out of love with your partner. And that's not the reality. What you've fallen out of love with is this pattern that you've created of being an overgiver. So break the pattern, put in place these boundaries. If you need help, you know where to come. We'd love to talk to you. More than happy to have a free discovery call to explore how this is happening for you and how you can withdraw from it. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for being here.